so friggin' early. You ever wonder why someone hates you? You didn't even do anything wrong. Well, today we're looking into that. But before I do, you should really know, it's not you, it's them. Why do people hate you? Even if you've done nothing wrong, why do people hate me if I've never even met them before? How do I start this, man? Okay, look, I'm about to give you guys 10 reasons why somebody might hate you, and it's not even your fault. Now, if you're somebody that is like,
I don't know why people hate me, what did I do wrong?
But at the same time, you're rude to people, you're mean to people, you're constantly judging them or making them feel weird or unaccepted, well, that's probably the reason that they don't like you. But if you're just being yourself, living your life, and there's people out there that are bitter and don't like you, I'm gonna give you 10 reasons as to why that is. Let's do it. Here are 10 reasons why people hate you. It's not even your fault. Reason number 1, you're posting too many photos. People other than your friends and family have a tough time relating to others when they're posting consistently about their life. People that posted consistently about their life felt like they had something to hide. Reason number 2, you have too many friends. Studies have shown that 300 Facebook friends is the sweet spot. Anything more than that, you start to get less likable. And that's because people with too many friends appear to be focusing too much on Facebook and adding friends out of desperation instead of actually being popular. And that's just because most people feel they can't connect with you when you have that big of a friend group. Reason number 3, asking somebody too many questions about themselves and not focusing on yourself. People generally like you less when you're not sharing details about yourself as well. It almost feels like you're prying into their life without sharing anything of yours. It is still a good rule of thumb that if you're trying to start a conversation with somebody, ask them about themselves, but don't forget about yourself. Number 4, and this one is probably one of the most ridiculous ones on the list, having a close-up as your profile photo. Whether you're posting a photo on Instagram, Facebook, if your face is too close, people will like you less. People photographed from 45 centimeters to 1.5 feet away are considered less trustworthy, attractive, and competent than people photographed from 135 centimeters to 4.5 feet away. The reason being is when your face is close to a camera, you see somebody's imperfections, their pores, their blemishes, all extremely superficial things, I get it. But again, they tested this out in front of a group, and studies showed that people thought close-up photos, which, by the way, I don't even know who likes close-up photos, honestly. I don't know why you'd even post that. I hate close-up photos. And studies show that everybody else does as well. So, number 5, again, totally out of your control here. Having a hard to pronounce a name. Now, they did a study with a group of people, and they showed them a mock newspaper article of a man running for a local election. They gave one man a very complicated last name, and they gave one man a very easy last name. Studies showed that people felt like this simpler last name was more trustworthy and just overall a better fit for the government position than the other guy. Number 6, and this one was very obvious to me, but I decided to put it in there anyway, and that's acting like you don't like someone. When you meet somebody and you don't show interest in them, naturally they're not gonna like you. And they say that if somebody's doing that to you or you feel like they don't like you, express interest in them and then they will like you. Show interest, express interest in what they're talking about in them as a person, and most likely they'll start to like you back. Number 7, I love this one because this one makes so much sense, and it's being too successful. Rather than people working hard to get to where you're at, it's much easier for them to pull you down to where they're at. People aren't willing to exert themselves to get to your successful level. This one stands true to me because last year I did a series called Dan for a Week. And now when that series launched, I thought for sure everybody would be like, oh my god, this is so amazing, Dan, great job. There was like TV commercials, there was a billboard in Toronto. But instead, I would say majority of the YouTube creators I met around Toronto were so bitter, they never even talked to me when it happened. And for the longest time, I'm like, I've done nothing rude or insensitive or mean to any of these people. But for some reason, they're acting like I've done something. So when I read this one, it made a lot of sense. When people see you get success or are successful in a similar field as them, it's easier for them to look at it as like, oh, he's lucky, or that's a blessing, and they just totally ignore all the hard work that went behind it because they're not willing to put in that hard work themselves. Reason number 8, you're passing them on the social ladder. You may not realize this, but a lot of friendships are based off of power. So when you start to get successful and you start to climb the social ladder, people start to know your name, you get invited to different events, there's a power imbalance between some relationships that have always relied on that. Now, I've had people in my life come and go, and whenever I started to get successful, I noticed they would start to kind of put me down. I later found out it was because they were scared of losing me, or they wanted to maintain the balance of power where they felt more successful because that's what they need. It's like a shot to their self-esteem. Then what they start to do is remind you of what you used to be like or how things used to be because they don't like change. Naturally, people don't like change. Not your fault, keep doing you. Be successful and aim to be successful. But just know there will be people in your circle or in your friend group that'll start to kind of take shots at like, oh, that's weird. What kind of style is that? Why are you doing this? And that's just so they can keep you down and they can't handle it. And that's what I meant by it's not you, it's them. And guys, I'll be honest, that's a big reason why I don't have a lot of YouTube friends. Majority of my friends are not in my industry. And that is because of this exact reason. I found there's way too many people in this industry whose egos get so bruised when you start to do well because they start to feel, oh, I'm not good enough. What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. It's just they worked really hard and they got an opportunity that you just haven't gotten yet. Number 9, you're not waiting around for them. Everybody has needs. And when you can't meet somebody's needs, naturally they're not interested in fulfilling a friendship or a relationship with you. So then you aren't friends. However, when you start to get more attractive in their world, not just based on physical appearance, but also success or the social ladder, well, they then come back. And at that point in time, you've already decided you've moved on. And so then they start to get bitter because you've changed. But at the same time, you remember that they kind of snubbed you before. So you're kind of a little bit more distant from them. You found people that are worth your time or that you're worth their time. This other person starts to get jealous because they threw you out because they thought nobody wanted you. But now when they see other people want you, it then creates this weird situation where all of a sudden they now want you. You're not interested in wanting them back. Now theoretically you did nothing wrong here, right? But then this person will start to create reasons why you're actually not worth it in the end. And then it starts to breed this hate because they need to justify why you don't want them. Because after all, if you don't want them, well, there must be something wrong with you. That's them just protecting their feelings. And reason number 10, because you don't deserve what you have. People will look at your success, your fame, your popularity, how much money you make, because you didn't work hard for that. So many people only see surface level stuff and base all of you off of the surface level stuff. Like I said before, they don't see all the hard work that went on behind the scenes. So they start to get bitter. Why is he here? And that just shows that they're superficial. And that's a red flag already. You don't really want to be with people or friends with people that are extremely superficial. This one again rings true to me because I keep saying this and I don't want you guys to think that I'm like attacking the YouTube world. There's so many creators out there that base you off of numbers. They look at you as a number. That is a superficial thing. And if you get a specific brand deal or if you start getting an opportunity that they don't get, they're like, why does he deserve this? He only has that many subscribers. Because they don't see what goes on behind the scenes. A lot of people won't even watch the content and base you off of numbers. That's how pathetic this world is. It's such a shallow way of living. Anyways, guys, those are 10 reasons why people might hate you, but it's not even your fault. And the truth behind all of these is if somebody does hate you for any of those reasons, they're not worth your time, they're not worth your friendship. Don't waste your energy on these people. We are all individual, unique people. You watching right now, you may not feel it. Like, it's weird what we do to ourselves. You may not feel it. You might think, this person's better. This person's better looking. This person is funnier than me. This person has more money, more subscribers. Like, and honest to God, guys, the most amazing thing about people is that we're all different in ways that we don't even realize. I look at all of my friends and I could pick something about every single one of them that one of them has that the others don't. There was this poem I once heard where it said, if you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, stare a little longer. Look at things you've never looked at before. Anyways, guys, moving forward, don't let any of these tips affect you because naturally they're all out of your control. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to this video and give it a thumbs up. I'll have another video coming out on Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.